So President Xi probably liked that you haven't approved the weapons to Taiwan.
I would say like is maybe too strong a word, because he thinks I could do it with just the signing of my signature, unlike Biden, who couldn't sign his signature. No, I'm holding that in abeyance, and it depends on China. It depends. Taiwan would be very smart to cool it a little bit. China would be very smart to cool it a little bit.
That's President Trump with our Brett Baer after his summit with Chinese President Xi. While he acknowledged that Xi made very clear that China opposes Taiwan's independence, he says Taiwan should not feel any more or less secure today. Let's bring in Steve Yates, Senior Research Fellow for China and National Security Policy at the Heritage Foundation. So, you know, there's always the after report after these big summits. Give us your take on what the president achieved or maybe didn't achieve in his meetings with Xi.
Well, John, in my experience, most of these summits don't really achieve very much. In the old formulas, you'd have working groups that would set up joint statements that would then get implemented by said working groups, and then you'd have another summit and kind of hit repeat. And that's gone from administration to administration with maybe some marginal changes. President Trump went into this one trying, I think, first and foremost, to get a reset to the strategic economic competition between the U.S. and China. His opening statement really emphasized the need for them to open up. And of course, he brought conspicuously 30 plus CEOs whose aggregate market value is roughly equivalent to the entire GDP of the People's Republic of China. So it's a pretty flex move by the president to do that, and we'll see if there's an outcome from that. And so I think the president did a reasonable job of trying to press the Chinese and to impress them that he's open to some kind of a fair improvement of the economic relationship. But on the broader strategic picture, my expectations were low that we would change China's strategic actions towards Russia, Iran, and they still remain the sole destabilizing force in the broader Indo-Pacific region. And that, I think, is where the most important national security issues are.
The House Speaker, Mike Johnson, says it is supremely important to him that Taiwan remains independent and not under communist control. Listen.
We've always been concerned, and we've made America's interest very clear, our position on Taiwan. They need to stay independent and secure there, and we have an interest in that, as does everybody around the world, because of chip manufacturing and other reasons there.
And yet Xi seems very interested in recapturing or taking Taiwan.
Well, every Chinese leader, basically from the normalization of relations forward, has. This is, of course, all politics for them for the most part. There is nothing in the history of the People's Republic of China that makes this a central issue other than their threat to destabilize things if world leaders don't oblige the way they talk. And really, for most of the last 5 decades, a lot of world leaders have chosen to indulge that. But Taiwan has emerged as not just a small player, but a vital leading player in the global supply chains on the world's most important technologies. And more than 50% of global container shipping traffic goes within the proximate waterways of Taiwan. And there's literally no scenario where if China were to drop a missile on Taiwan or try to engage in blockade-like behavior, we wouldn't have near market crashes across the leading capitals of the world. So there's a lot more at stake than just what Beijing's wishes are or what our feelings might be about an island that's 100 miles away from China.
Yeah, generally, U.S. leadership has tried to remain ambiguous about whether we would come to the aid of Taiwan in the event of a Chinese attack. Michael Waltz, the UN ambassador, says it's important that the U.S. doesn't signal any kind of weakness regarding Taiwan. Listen.
I mean, there is a whole line of thinking that if you basically indicate or tell China we won't be there, that could embolden them as well. So it's about keeping stability and peace in the Straits. It is also worth pointing out that Japan is dramatically increasing its defense budget. The Philippines are increasing theirs. Vietnam is increasing theirs, as we've seen the South China Sea get militarized.
We talk about NATO countries increasing their defense budgets, but it's also happening in the Pacific.
It definitely is, and Ambassador Waltz is right about Japan and the Philippines, which maybe some people forget from time to time. These are treaty allies of ours where we have a mutual defense pact, and they've made very, very clear that China's increasing coercion of Taiwan doesn't just affect Taiwan, it encroaches upon the territorial waterways and airspace of our treaty allies. And in many ways, China's aggressive claims towards Taiwan are mimicked in terms of trying to take on territory close to the Philippines, close to Japan. And so what happens in Taiwan doesn't stay in Taiwan. And so it's in the national interest of our allies. And we've pressed all of these governments to increase defense spending, including Taiwan. The president of Taiwan and his administration put forward a huge increase in the defense budget. And that's meant to buy these arms that are under consideration now, but much more, and to have indigenous materials created so that they are stronger on their own without having to rely on the United States, something the Trump administration has impressed upon all of our allies.
All right, Stephen Yates. Stephen, thanks for helping us take apart those issues.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with me, Sean Hannity. The big interviews, the debates you won't get anywhere else. Like and subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday.